Hello there. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we want to look at module 2. We looked at module 1 in the previous videos. So we are going to look at module 2, whereby our module 2 is on material. So we are going to start by looking at the different terms that are part of our module 2, whereby we're going to define or describe the direct material, indirect material, also and other terms that we have according to our module 2. So the first term that we are to describe, we've got direct material as the first term that we are going to describe. And according to the description that we have here, it is the basic raw material used to manufacture a product. For example, we've got wood, steel, or plastic as a direct material. So basically, you'd see that direct material is the material that is going to be part of the final product that we are producing. So if you go to the final product, you are going to see part of that product being there, being the direct material. So that's the description that we have in terms of direct material. So you'd see that you can normally see it and also trace it in the final product, and it is used in the same proportion as the units are produced. So this is a direct material. So basically, these are raw materials which consist of any material used to make a product. So basically, the actual material that is being used to make that product is a direct material. So you'd see that you is going to be part of that final product. So basically, this is what we have in terms of direct material. Then we move on to the second part where we have got indirect material. And we are saying indirect material, these are those materials needed for the completion of the product, but become part of the product. So you see that we have got material that we use in the production of our goods, but that material is not going to be part of the final product. You cannot go and see it in the final product. So basically, that one becomes an indirect material. So you see that it is needed in the production process, but it is not easy to see it in the finished product. So we've got examples that we have here of glue. Glue can be used in the production of a certain product, but cannot be part of it. We've got sandpaper as an example. Furniture polish, varnish are used in the production of furniture also can be an indirect material. So another term for indirect material, we have got secondary material. It can also be called secondary material. So if you go to now to direct material, we can also call it primary material. We can take note of that. Then we've got incomplete work or in progress, or we can call it work in process. So basically, this is unfinished good. Something that has not been finished being processed is a work in progress or a work in process or incomplete work. So the explanation that we hear is it is the work on the factory floor at the end of the financial year in different stages of production, but not yet finished. So the part of not being yet finished becomes the main description that we have in terms of our working process. The material used to the factory, some work was done on it and some manufacturing government is applied, but it cannot yet be classified as a finished product. So that one obviously is clear, it's unfinished, it's not 100% complete. That becomes a work in progress. Then next we have got finished, next we have our finished goods. So all our finished goods now, this one is now completed. So this is completed product intended for sale. The cost of production of a finished product will include all three cost components, namely material, labor, and manufacturing overheads. So we're going to see that inside our finished goods, we have all three components that we have of material, labor, and manufacturing overheads, which are the cost components. So basically, this is what we have in terms of finished goods. So and next we've got consumable stores. So on consumable stores, these are cleaning materials. We've got example of cleaning materials, fuel, lubricants, first aid, or consumables. So this is what we have in terms of consumables. So consumables are basically these are part of our stock that is used up during the processes of producing. So we have got a fuel, that is going to be easily get finished as we produce. So this becomes our consumables. So basically, but consumables usually they are put under the factory overheads. So this is the explanation that we have in terms of consumable stores. Then we go to the next part whereby we have our stock procedures. So the stock procedures emphasize on purchase, receipt, and issue of stock are being recorded. So that is our stock procedure. So the accounting entries are for material consist of. We have got also accounting entries for material that are just listed in point form there, whereby we've got purchasing and returns of stock, inventory of stock records such as stock cards, changing direct material to jobs, charging direct material to jobs, and then we've got also charging indirect material to factory overheads. So, and then if you move on, you see that we also have elements of stock procedures. What are the elements that we have in terms of stock procedures, whereby we are having purchase, so we have our elements of stock procedures, whereby we have got purchase, receipts, stock keeping. We also have storage, issue, and valuation. So these are the elements of stock procedures. So basically, on our stock procedures, you see that our stock must be ordered well and ahead of time, so that obviously there are no shortages or we don't have instances of bottlenecking along the production processes whereby we have got stoppage of processing due to a shortage of stock. So stock must be ordered in time. So that's we should follow this stock procedure so that we have enough stock at that time, whereby we have to purchase, we have to receive the stock, we have to do stock keeping, storage, we have to issue it, and then we have to value the stock at the end of a financial period. So it is also important that our materials must be available when required. So basically, that's the essence of stock procedures. So we're going to start with the purchase part, whereby we are going to involve the issue of purchase requisition as a document that is involved under the purchase. So a purchase requisition basically is an internal document requesting to buy certain material from the supplier. So you'll see that this request comes from the store if that specific stock item is down to the order point. So that is the purchase request sheet. So you see that when you look at the purchase request sheet, the components of purchase request sheet is the description of the good that you want to purchase, and the quantity also is there, and then the code of the material that you want to purchase also should be mentioned on the purchase request sheet. Then other purchase also, after the purchase request sharing, you are supposed to do a quotation, whereby obviously a quotation you access it from the supplier from whom you are going to buy the product. So you'll see that the purchasing department or the person responsible for purchasing will get quotes from suppliers that are external documents and decide to buy. So we are going to say that that is the order that we are going to go with, whereby when you are purchasing, you start with the purchase requisition, then you go to the quotation. Then now, when you put the quotation, you can now be able to purchase. So you also see that what is important under purchasing is the order point or the reorder point. So the order point or the reorder point is the level of inventory which triggers an action to replenish that particular inventory. So that's when we can now be able to see that we can now purchase. So it is the minimum amount of an item which a firm holds in stock. So when we reach the minimum, then we purchase. Then we are going to see that on stock procedures, we also have the receipts, we also the issue of receipts and the issue of stock keeping, storage issue and valuation. So basically, this is what we have on elements of stock procedures. Then moving on, you'd see that elements of purchase of stock, we have talked about purchase requisition as the first one. Then we go to the quotation. Then we also have the order point, which is the reorder point, which is involved during the purchasing of stock. So order point, we are saying that's the point that we can now be triggered to purchase. So we have tried to define it by saying it is the level of inventory which triggers an action to replenish that particular inventory. So basically, that's the order point. So having that, now we are given an example of calculating the order point of the reorder point, whereby it reads that it takes between 2 to 3 weeks for the periods to be received. It takes between 2 to 3 weeks for the goods to be received from the supplier. The minimum usage for this specific stock item is 700 units per week, and the maximum usage is 900 units. Calculate the formula for calculating the order point, whereby we are saying order point is equal to maximum order period times maximum use. So you'd see that our maximum order, according to what we are given in the question, you'd see that we are told that the minimum usage for the specific stock is 700, and this becomes the maximum use. So the maximum use is 900 units, as we are given that the maximum usage is 900 units. Then we have got a maximum order period. Maximum order period, we are given that it's between 2 to 3 weeks. So 3 weeks is the maximum. So we have got 3 year, and then we multiply by the maximum usage that we identified is 900. And then 700. So your answer now becomes 2,700 units. Then we go to the also as part of an element of purchase of stock, we have got also what we call the economic order quantity or the order size. So basically, it is the order quantity that minimizes the total holding costs and ordering costs in inventory management. So we take note of that. That the economic order quantity is the order quantity that minimizes the total holding costs and ordering costs in inventory management. So it is the optimum order quantity for business to minimize costs. So that's the explanation on economic order quantity or order size. And so we've got an example again to calculate the economic order quantity, which says Gogo manufacturers consume 4,800 kg of material per year, and 50 cents to store one. So I'll give you our example for calculating order quantity here. You'd see that we are given the cost. It costs them 10 rand per order, and then 15 cents to store 1 kg per year. So calculate the most the economic order size, the most economic order size, which is the economic order quantity. So we are saying economic order quantity. So we are supposed to come up with the formula first, whereby it's equal to root of, whereby the numerator now is going to be, we are going to have our numerator, whereby so it's going to be, our numerator is going to be 2 times our annual consumption. Our annual consumption, then you multiply order, then you multiply again order, order cost. So then if you do that, you get your numerator here, and then beneath that, you are supposed to put your denominator, whereby your denominator becomes your holding cost of 1 unit per year. So we are saying what we are going to get there is, or we're going to get the answer that we are going to get there becomes we find the root of that. So first of all, we're going to say 2 times annual consumption times order cost per unit per year. Then if you divide the answer that we are going to get, you now find the root of that one. So according to information given here, you'd see that in terms of our annual consumption, we are going to refer to information given and see what we get in terms of our annual consumption. You see that we've got 4,800. Gogo manufacturers consume the annual, so we've got 4,800. So we're going to say 4,800 And then what the order cost. So the order cost, if you come here, it costs 10 rand per order. So order cost is 10 rand. So we're going to multiply by 10. And then obviously we can, that we are now able to find your numerator. Then for your denominator, it becomes holding cost of 1 unit per year. So if you come here at 15 cents to store 1 kilogram per year, so it becomes 15 cents. So it's 0.15. So if we divide by 0.15 and see what we get there, the other that we are going to get there, then you divide, you find the square root of that answer. So you say 2 times 4,800 times 10, then the answer that you get divided by 0.15, you are going to get your answer is 600. 600. So you're going to see that the answer that you are going to get now, if you find the square root, it becomes your 800, so it's 800 economic order quantity. So basically, this is what you guys are going to do in this video, and hopefully the video was helpful. And please, let's not forget to subscribe and share to our channel. Let's share the link to our colleagues who are doing cost and management accounting and 5. And let's meet again in the next video.